Thank you, girls. We're going to get into this now. Okay, we are going to do a sentence analysis. And we'll pretend as if we were doing it as we used to do with the roll. But this time we're going to do it as a focused part of the lesson. All right, can you please write in your books, the cat sat on the mat, and then with your abbreviations with regards to the parts of speech, I want you to first off do the parts of speech underneath. So level 1 of our sentence analysis is the parts of speech. So the cat sat on the mat. If you can do that now, that would be great. Cameraman gets away when we're happy to do it.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see how much you can remember.
Do I have to write all?
Yes, all the parts of speech. And then if you can, remember your clauses and phrases. Remember step 2 is clauses and phrases. We've got that. Part 1 is parts of speech. Part 2, clauses and phrases. Part 3, subject predicate. Part 4, is it a simple, compound or complex question? Sorry. Sentence. Because if it was a question, what would it have at the end?
Question mark.
Thank you. Statement, question or exclamation is the 5th level. Did you want to ask something?
Oh no.
All right. So even if you just get the parts of speech to start with, there you go. And remember, it's not seeing whether you're right or wrong, it's seeing how much you remember. Using my words today. Okay, just put the pencils down if you've already done the parts of speech. Fantastic. So what we might do is together do the parts of speech. Can anyone tell me what this word is?
No.
It is an article. Now there are 3 articles. Can somebody tell me what those articles are? Remember, V is 1.
A. And an N.
And an N. Yes. So the articles, there's only 3 of them. V, A and N. We have N because you can't, when you've got another vowel, you need to put N in there. Okay, so the is the article. Okay. Can anyone tell me what cat is? Yes. A noun. Well done. Sat. It is a doing word. What's the
Adjective.
Verb.
It's not an ad.
not quite. If you described it, you might adverb it. A verb. Remember, you had it right. Like you had said, it's a doing word, and that's correct. That's what you learned when you were in primary school.
Yeah.
But the correct term for that is a verb.
Have you
Okay?
had like
Sorry, Dan?
have you had like the word be in there somewhere?
But that's good because adverb and adjectives are often the ones that you get most confused with. All right, so you're close, just not quite right. Okay, on. Go on then. It is a preposition. Remember that it's the position. On. And mat. I'm not going to ask you because you've done a couple now. What is mat?
Is it a noun?
It is a noun.
It's a thing.
It is a thing.
You're a
What, so nouns are person, place, animal or thing. Okay, well done. So you have done the parts of speech. How many people got all those correct underneath? Okay, which ones did you find difficult? Preposition, do you know what preposition ones? Usually the ones that are the hardest, so that's fine. So think of position, when somebody sits on something, it's a preposition. All right. All right. The next part of our sentence analysis is the second step, which is clauses and phrases. Now the reason we do clauses and phrases is because a simple sentence is one independent clause. Phrases can be added on to simple sentence to extend those sentences. When we get to compound and complex sentences, a complex sentence has an independent and a dependent clause.
Stop laughing at me.
Okay, so when we're looking at this sentence, the cat sat on the mat, can anyone tell me what part of that might be the independent clause? Can you remember? On its own, you don't have to add any more. The cat, what? The cat sat. Now I could put a full stop there and that's my independent clause. But we've added an extra part on. So this is the independent clause. Now can anyone remember the difference between a clause and a phrase? We haven't done this for a little while, so it's good to see how we're going. What's the difference between a clause and a phrase? Cameraman, do you know?
Oh, their names are different.
The names are definitely different.
Is a phrase like a full-on sentence that's described? Because like the independent clause thingy, it only has 3 words and it's just saying the cat sat.
Well, the cat sat, it's
doing.
Okay, the cat sat is the full independent clause. That means that's a proper sentence. Where did he sit? He sat on the mat. So what I want you to know, is this another clause or is it a phrase?
Phrase.
Why is it a phrase?
It doesn't make sense on its own.
Well, one, it doesn't make sense on its own, but dependent clauses can also do that. So this is where knowing the difference between a clause and a phrase can help you. Because if we had a dependent clause, it would actually be a complex sentence. Can you remember something to do with the V word?
It
It doesn't have a verb or a complete verb. Okay, so a phrase. This is a phrase because an independent clause, clauses in general have verbs. Alright? Whereas a phrase does not, or they may not have a complete verb group. Alright, subject predicate. Now the reason we do this one is that some people get confused with their subject-verb agreement. And by working on subject predicate, we can actually see if we have difficulties in that area. So when we're talking about subject-verb agreement, it makes it a little easier. Okay, what is the subject of this sentence? What do you think the subject of that sentence is? The cat. Okay, so there's my subject. Now predicate is another word for verb. So technically, this part here is my predicate. This part here they classify as the object. What you will find though sometimes is people actually include the whole thing as a predicate. So as long as you know the subject of the sentence and what it's doing, the predicate is what it's doing. Now, type of sentence. Is it a simple, compound, or complex sentence? And I want to know why you think that is. I'm not going to ask you because you're Yes, darling.
Simple.
Why is it simple, do you think?
Because there's no conjunctions.
There's no conjunctions. Coordinating conjunction would suggest it's what? You had 2 independent clauses with a coordinating conjunction. That makes it a what sentence? Compound. Okay? This one doesn't have them. You're right there. So why is it not a complex sentence then? Pardon? No? Please don't. Because there's not that many words in it. Okay, now that is an interesting thing to say because I can make this. I've heard before that long sentences are complex. Watch what I do to this simple sentence, and it is a simple sentence. I'm going to write that down for you. I can make a simple sentence even longer. oops, let's not do that. The big, black, fat, ugly cat. We could keep going. Sat quietly on the
Ugly.
Pink.
Fluffy.
purple,
Pink purple.
fluffy
Matte.
mat. Notice that I've extended that sentence so it could be extremely long. It's still a simple sentence. What have I actually added here?
Words to description.
Okay.
Verbs.
Adjectives here. What's this one? What's this one?
A verb. Yeah. An adjective.
No.
Adverb.
An adverb. You got there eventually. Okay, because it's saying how did they sit? They sat quietly. Okay? Alright. So it's a simple sentence. So the amount of words in a sentence does not necessarily suggest that it's a complex sentence because of that. So in this case it's a simple sentence because the cat sat. It's one independent clause with a phrase on the mat. Okay, statement, question or command. And why?
Statement.
Why?
Because there's no question mark or exclamation mark at the end of the sentence.
See, I like the way you did that. You didn't go because it's got a full stop. You went because it hasn't got an exclamation or a question mark. And you are correct. It's a statement. And that's where knowing your punctuation can help. There are slight rules as you go on that statement. Okay. How many of you remembered a lot of what we did at the beginning? You definitely.
I remembered it after I went through every single word of the thing.
And that's fine.
That's not
Sometimes
remembering
you need
it.
a memory jog. We haven't done this for a whole term, so you've done quite well.
You can do our assessment.
I might
Oh,
make it.
better not. No.
Okay,
I will